Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, it has been really inconsistent. I was actually sick for like 3 weeks with bronchitis. If you've ever had that, you know how shitty it feels. I'm actually starting to feel a lot better now, which is awesome. I can get back to life the way it usually is, just staying busy. Today, I wanted to talk about how to turn a negative into a positive. So this can pertain to your life in general, or this could be specific to prison as far as your loved one being incarcerated. I think it's very important to always try and make everything positive as much as you can. I know stuff happens where you just have no way around it, but we definitely need to, you know, try and turn everything positive. So I guess I'll go over some like personal experiences and maybe you can relate to that. For instance, my husband being incarcerated. The first, I want to say 7 years or so, he did not do anything positive with his time at all. He was involved with people that were running around in gangs and stuff like that. He was not going to school, not taking classes, fighting, just like all bad negative things that you don't really want to get into. And that's not gonna help your time go by, obviously. It could give you more charges that's gonna add to your time. What he's done personally is, right now specifically, he just completed his associate's degree. And in a lot of prisons, they offer the opportunity to take correspondence courses so that way you can get your college degrees. I have heard of a lot of people that have their bachelor's degree, even some people that have their master's if they're in for a really lengthy amount of time. So I know the prison that he was at last, they actually offered a program where they paid for them to go back to college to get their associates. And he actually made it through that whole program except for 3 classes, and then he transferred. So his mom actually paid for the last 3 classes that he needed, which he just finished, to get his associates. And then probably in the fall is when he'll start the bachelor's program, which is really exciting. You want to check into the prison that they're at and see if they do offer any sort of correspondence college programs. Other than that, they also, a lot of them offer GED courses where you can get your GED. They also offer classes like AA and NA classes. They offer programs, like right now he's taking one called the Redemption Program a couple of years ago, and it was called Thinking for a Change. Usually they're not that lengthy. I mean, you might meet once a week, maybe last an hour or two, and it'd be in like a group with other people there, and they're like kind of like different therapy type sessions. They might last like 6 months or 3 months or 9 months. It like just depends on the program. A lot of times if you do those classes, they will give you more good time. So that's always a plus as well. So like right now, he just finished his AA. He's in the Redemption Program. He also is in a program like learning a trade, and it's for building management, but he's already been certified in drywall and roofing and siding. He's getting ready to start the last part of that program, I think next month, and then he'll learn cabinetry, flooring, electrical, plumbing, and I think that's it. So once he is finished with all that, he'll be certified in all of that. So when he gets out, he can always, you know, work on our house, or he can get a job, you know, saying he has that experience, which is really cool. I know a lot of the prisons, they do offer different trade programs like HVAC, welding. I mean, you just kind of have to do some research and find out. But yeah, those are ways that they can make their negative situation into a positive one, and that'll benefit everybody in the end. So some ways that you can turn things around as well. I know, like if they're incarcerated, it's like their time, but you can accomplish things like going back to school if that's your thing, or if you're not into school, maybe community service, or spending, you know, more time with your kids, working with them more closely with like schooling and activities and that sort of thing. Maybe it's like advancing in your career, so you're making more money. So that way, by the time he gets out, like you're not gonna have a lot of financial issues. Or maybe you're working on buying a house, finding a place for like when he's released, you know, he has a place to come to, because I know that's hard as well. A lot of people, they have to get approval from like a landlord if they live in an apartment, or a manager, an apartment manager, and a lot of places, depending on the crime, like they won't allow them to go there. So I always say, like, if you can, it's best to like buy a piece of property or buy a house or a trailer or a duplex or whatever. That way you don't have to like ask anybody for permission to release him. Some other things you might want to do is like if you're in school, you know, student loans, any extra money that you're getting, maybe try and put that aside like in a separate savings account so that money like isn't touched, and that way like when he gets out you have that money like set aside, because it might take him a while to get a job. You know, some people already have jobs like lined up when they get out. Other people it's different, like, and it might take them a while to get back into the swing of things. So like that's what I'm doing right now is like I took out student loans because I know we're gonna pay on loans for the rest of our lives because we're both into you know, further in our education, and that money is going into our savings and we're not gonna touch it, so that way like we're set financially by the time he gets out. Some other things that you may want to do is like work on your communication. If you guys have maybe trust issues, you have problems communicating, that is going to be key in a prison relationship. Being able to work through problems without hanging up on each other, or you know, maybe calling names or giving each other the silent treatment, like that is like goal. That is what you want. Another couple cool things that you could do, like just activities, things that you could do with them, is like Kevin and I, like we do classes together. Like if I'm taking a class, he'll get the same book that I have for my class, and so he'll read the chapters with me like throughout the class. We'll do like the quizzes together, like over the phone. If it's an online class, which is pretty cool. Reading, we've read the same books and talked about it, so that's pretty cool. It's just like little things like that that kind of bring you closer. It makes, you know, it a positive situation. Being able to spend that time together even though you're not able to actually spend that physical time together. So there's just a lot of things that you can do. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. I do want to thank you for watching the video today, and if you're new, please subscribe, thumbs up if you like the video, and I will talk to you all later.